love me. You don't even have to like me. But you will respect me. You know why? Cause I'm a boss.
Hey baby, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tone and this is the life of a plus size designer. And today I have a story time. I haven't done a vlog for y'all in like a week. So I said, you know what, girl, go ahead and give them a story time. Okay, so last week I was with Bae and we was driving down the street and we happened to come across this set of apartments, which made me think about this dude that I was talking to. Okay, so let me be honest. Me and Bae was on the outs. So I was like, okay, I need to get a new man. The best way to get over an old man is to get under a new one, right? Okay, so yeah. I decided I need me a new man. My man. I need a new one. So I called myself getting revenge on my man, my real Bae. Child, turns out he was a whole crackhead. So wait. I know that sounds bad. Okay, he was a whole crackhead. But just hear me out on how the fuck it went down. Okay, so let's start the story. Alright. So this took place when I was about... I'm gonna give y'all the ages to everybody. Okay, so excuse the lighting, y'all. Y'all know what I'm... Mind your business. Okay, so I had to be like 22, 23. He had to be... Okay, I ain't gonna tell you. I'll get to that when I introduce him. Okay. So, like I said, me and Bae was on the outs or whatever. I was, you know how when you on again, off again, you just get tired of that nigga shit and you just be like, I'm off again for real. Like I'm moving the fuck on, nigga. Fuck you. I'm, you know. Oh wait, this is too early to be cursing in the video, but you know how you be having that energy like, yeah, I'm totally done. I don't want no more. I'm done. So I was looking for me a new man. I wasn't looking for me a new man. I was looking for me a new man. Let me stop lying. I was looking for me a new man, but for that reason, because I wasn't over Bae, so I had to, you know, figure something out. So I was with my sister. So I was with my older sister, and my older sister always had a lot of friends, and she always knew all the street dudes. And y'all know I love the street niggas. So I was with my sister, and she was like, okay, you trying to hang tonight? This was like a Saturday night. I don't really remember if it was Saturday or night, but I remember it was the weekend because I had work and I was not at work this time. So I know it was a weekend. So she was like, you trying to hang or what? So I was like, girl, of course. What we going? What we doing? What we saying? Oh, and did I mention at the time, Bae was we were still living together. I definitely needed a man. I can't be up in this motherfucking house with your ass all... No. I'm not doing that. So yeah, I need to get me a man to occupy my motherfucking time. So my sister was like, let's go out. So she was like, I said, okay. So we went over her friend's house and she was like, I gotta go get something real quick. Or the friend was either she had to get something or the friend was coming with us to wherever we was going. Either way, we go upstairs to the friend's apartment and it's this dude in there. So my sister my sister might have been selling some shit, now that I think about it. Anyway, because she go in the back room, bitch, and I never saw her again. So, she told me sit out in the living room. So, I sat out in the living room, and it was this dude in the living room. So, the TV was on, and it was dark in the living room. Keep that in mind. It was dark in the living room. So, I just sat down and started watching TV. I was like, oh, hey, how you doing, or whatever. But, you know, it wasn't no whatever. So, okay, so let me give y'all a disclaimer. I'm lame as fuck when it comes to men. I don't even know when a man trying to talk to me. I am, listen, I'm so weak with it. I don't got no game. I ain't got no motherfucking game. You got to basically spell out what you're trying to say to me. Like, if you're trying to talk to me, don't give me no subliminals, bitch, because I'm not going to catch it. You need to come out and actually say, I'm trying to take you on a date, or I want your phone number, etc., etc. Because, bitch, you're going to be talking to yourself otherwise. You're speaking Chinese. So, he was saying little stuff, but I don't know what the fuck. Y'all, why y'all ain't tell me I ain't had no earrings on? Well, it's too late now. I didn't start it. So anyway, So yeah, so he was saying little stuff to me, but I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about because again, I'm lame as shit when it comes to dudes. So I don't know if you're flirting. I don't know what's going on, nor am I trying to figure it out. I'm trying to watch TV until my sister get ready and we get out of here. So he was like, oh, you her sister? I was like, yeah. So he was like, oh, I've heard about you, but I've never met you before. And he was like, who we gonna name him? Let's name him Lucky, because he was, most dogs are named Lucky. 1+1, bitch. And he actually was lucky with the ladies. So yeah, Lucky. So he was like, I'm Lucky. So I was like, okay, I'm Tone. How you doing? Yada, yada, yada. So he was like, yeah, I think you know my other kinfolk. I don't want to say what was a brother or sister, but I think you know my other kinfolk. And I was like, oh yeah, I know who that is. And he was like, yeah, that's my folks or whatever. And he was like, well, are you single? And I was like, yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I just got that way, baby. I just got that way. Do y'all got your cocktails? Get your cocktails. Oh, and while we're taking a sipping break and all of that, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below if you ever had a situation like this, even though you don't even know what the situation is yet. Make sure you comment and tell me whether you had a situation like this once you look at the video, baby. Okay, so he was like, are you single? So I was like, as a matter of fact, I am. I am newly single, baby. What you talking about? What you trying to do? What you trying to take? So he was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I'm newly single too. Well, I am not that newly single. I've been single for like 6 months now. And I'm just starting to get back out there, whatever. I was in a long-term relationship. So I was like, okay, well, how old are you, Lucky? And he was like, I'm 28. Okay, so I'm 22, 23. Lucky is 28. So I was like, okay. And I always liked older men. I never liked anybody my age. I never dated anybody. I dated one guy my age, and that's never been me. So I was like, okay, so what you trying to do, Lucky? I mean, what do you want, Luck? Why are we having this conversation? So, girl, we kept talking and yada, 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 and yada, 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 until my sister came out. So we talked for about maybe 10 minutes, I want to say. And then my sister came out. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go. It was nice to see you. He was like, you're not going to give me your phone number? I was like, I guess. I'll give you my number or whatever. So I gave him my number. So okay, so that was the weekend. So I go to work. I think he called me a few days later. He called me and, we were talking on the phone or whatever. And then that Friday he called me. He was like, okay, so what's up for the weekend? I was like, nothing. I don't really have nothing going on this weekend. Why, what's up? So he was like, okay, I want you to, hang with me, roll with me. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, well, where we going? So he was like, hang out with my folks and all this stuff. Red flag number one. That bitch wasn't trying to take me nowhere. I should have known something was the fuck up. Okay, so, but back then, honestly speaking, I'm 22, 23. I was 20. I ain't gonna tell my age. Y'all know how old I am. But back then, when you 22, 23, I think it's even for people that's 22, 23 now. You go for the pull up. You know what I'm saying? You go for that type of shit because you want dates and shit, but you would definitely pull up for a nigga too. So I was no different. I pulled up. I was like, okay, I'll pull up with you or whatever. So Friday came and he called me. He was like, so what's up? I was like, nothing. I'm off work or whatever. What time was you thinking of, going out or whatever. And he was like, well, what time you gonna be ready? So I was like, I'll be ready in a few hours. He was like, okay, so you gonna be here in a few hours? I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait. Come again? What, you not coming to get me or? Nah, baby, I ain't got no car. You're 28, sir. What you mean? Even I got a 93 Corsica, nigga. Why you ain't got no core? Why you don't have a core? At 20, almost 30. But again, like I told y'all, I was desperate to get under a new man because I had to get over the old man. So, okay, you ain't got no car. Okay, bitch, I'll pick you up. So, I go over. No, we meet at my sister's friend house. That was his cousin or some shit. I don't know who. It was a family member. I don't know who the family member was. So we meet back at that person's apartment complex parking lot. He comes out, he gets in the car or whatever. He was like, so how you been? All that. The bitch was charming as shit. And he knew how to keep a conversation. He was funny as fuck. You know, he had some assets. You know what I'm saying? And just look. I'm going to tell y'all how he had the motherfucking assets. So first and foremost, hold on, let me see if Bay listening. We get in the car and we riding around. So we riding around. I'm like, what we about to do? Like, you said, all right, you said you wanted to kick it with your folks or whatever, but we just riding around. Where the fuck we going? Like, what's up? So he was like, oh, well, are you hungry? I was like, yeah, I could eat. What's up? So he was like, okay, so let's go to my friend's little restaurant thing. So we pull up. It's a little mom and pop shop. It was in Southeast somewhere. It was a little mom and pop one in Southeast. And he was like, yeah, I know the folks up in here. Let's, go up in here, whatever. So I was like, okay. So we get out the car, we go into the little restaurant or whatever. When we get to the restaurant, the woman at the front was like, oh, hey, Lucky, how you doing? I ain't seen you in a minute, yada, yada. Mr. B, know you here? Owner of the restaurant. Oh, Mr. B, know you coming in? He was like, nah, I just came in, to bring my friend through. We was going to have some good vibes and yada, yada, yada. So she was like, all right, I tell him that you did. You want a table? He was like, yeah, give us a table. So she gave us a table. We sitting down, we talking or whatever, shooting the shit. I'm getting to know him, he getting to know me. He's actually asking me real questions, not bullshit questions. You know what I'm saying? He's genuinely acting interested. Surprise, surprise. So I'm like, but the whole time, no lie, the whole time in my head, I was thinking, nigga, you a good time for right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get over my man. We might get back together or whatever. We might get back together. So, I can't really fuck with you like that. So I'm not going to get serious. So he was asking me all these questions and stuff. So we were just having a regular conversation. So Mr. B comes over. And Mr. B was like, hey, I ain't seen you in a minute and this and this. So Mr. B like, let me holler at you. So he's like, okay, cool. Let's go over here, whatever. So he gets up. And him and Mr. B step to the side while I'm still at the table. He was like, go ahead and order you a drink. Mr. B told me, go ahead and order you a drink or whatever. I will be right back. So I said, all right, cool. So Mr. B pulls him Lucky to the side. And the waitress comes back with my drink. And I don't see them anymore. So I'm just looking around the store and the restaurant. It was a cool vibe in the restaurant and shit. Just sipping my drink. And then I see Lucky and Mr. B come back out on my peripheral. They come out the side door. Come back in the side door. So I look over and all I see is, and y'all know what that means. Like, somebody getting in trouble. So like, what's all going on? And all the gestures was coming from Mr. B. So what's really good? What's Gucci? Lucky, what you done did to Mr. B? Mr. B gave me a free drink and all that. Mr. B's the shit. What did you do to piss Mr. B off outside down to the alley? So he was like, yeah, I got you, Mr. B. I got you, Mr. B. I understand. Why he walking back to the table? So I was like, everything cool? So he was like, yeah, Mr. B just be tripping sometime. I used to work here and I be coming in here every now and again and yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. So we go, we eat dinner, we have some more drinks, we leave, everything's cool. Mr. B was a vibe. He said bye. Everything. I don't know who paid for what. I didn't pay for anything. I don't know if we stole Mr. B's food and drinks or the fuck what. I just got up and left when he said aye. So after we did leave dinner, we walking and talking. And wait, y'all. Oh my God. Let me back up. Let me back up. I did not tell y'all what this motherfucker looked like once I pulled up to this parking lot. No. This was not the nigga that was on the couch with the lights low. Them lights being low did a lot for him. He need to walk around with a permanent motherfucking shadow. Right, yay. Just walk around with a shadow right here. Cause bitch, you a whole nother person with the lights on. Like not even, I can't say no shade after I just shaded the fuck out that man, but I'm just saying, girl. He, I will say this, his charisma and his, he was very charming. He was very charming. He was very funny. Like I said, that did the most for him. You know, most people with a great personality, sometimes they can overshadow the looks. And that's what it did for him. So like by the time I was on the phone with him for a few times, you know, and then we went out, the looks wasn't so important anymore because I like his vibe. You know what I'm saying? So after we leave, okay, so we finish dinner, and after we leave, we do more riding the fuck around. So I was like, okay, well, it's getting late, so I'm gonna go ahead and go home. And he was like, all right, cool. I was like, okay, so where you live at or whatever. He was like, oh no, you could just take me back and keep that in mind. Well, I asked him where you live at, and he was like, oh no, you can take me back to the parking lot. I'm gonna be at my cousin's house. That should have been a red flag, but I didn't know that should have been a red flag. Can y'all see me? Hello out there in TV land. Remember they used to say that shit in the 50s? The 50s was so corny. But for fashion's sake, listen, I love anything old. Like all the fact, never mind, we ain't talking about that. We talking about this nigga Lucky. Anyway, so that was the first date. He called me the next day. We talked on the phone. He was like, yeah, I want to do such and such and such and such. I'm sorry, y'all. It's a gnat or something in here. I don't know where it went. But he was like, I want to do such and such and such and such. And yes, I have aspirations to do this. And I really want to be this when I grow up. Not when I grow up, but you know what I mean. Because he already 28, but these are still his dreams that he ain't doing shit about. You know what I'm saying? He's selling a dream. And my dumb ass eating it the fuck. Oh yeah, you got potential. Bitch, you don't even know him. How the fuck you know he got potential? He ain't doing shit. He was laying on the couch when you met him, and he laying on the couch talking to you right now. He ain't got a... But girl, anything for the, you know? So, that's the worst drink I ever had, y'all. That's some motherfucking cheap ass rum that I found in the back of my car from a party. And I wanted a cocktail while I told y'all this story. So I drank some of that with a Nantucket Nectar's Chaser. Pomegranate such and such. Girl, please. No mas. Anyway, so, you know, we talking. All right, let's fast forward about 2-3 weeks. So, like I told y'all, me and Babe was still living together. We wasn't together no more. He could do what he want, I could do what I want, but we were still living together. So, but he noticed, but y'all know how that go. They could do what they want, but you can't do, you know, you gonna have to fight the bitch to do what you want. And I was willing to fight. I was going to fight. So, he was like, you know, what's been up with you? Where you been? Like, I ain't seen you. You like be leaving out of here after work every day and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, nigga, mind your business. I be where I'm at. I'm working overtime. I'm something. Yeah, you know, I fuck with the street niggas. You can't go but so far. You can't talk to them any type of way. So, you know, I had to rein it in. But I was, yeah, I'm doing me. Why? You've been doing you. Why? Why you wanna know what I'm doing? So he like, yeah, alright. But he don't say nothing. He let, he keep it moving. And so fast forward, we about a month in. And he was like, okay, so what you doing this weekend? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, he was like, you gonna be with me this weekend? I'm sorry, y'all, I keep looking up because and I'm looking at the monitor, not the camera. Okay, y'all know what I mean. So, he was like, you gonna be with me this weekend? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be with you this weekend. Let me just get ready, whatever. So I was like, well, what are we doing this weekend? Bitch, why you keep asking what y'all doing? Y'all gonna go do a rack of free shit. That's what y'all gonna do. Because the bitch ain't got no money, come to find out. But y'all gonna find that out later on in the motherfucking shit. He ain't got no money, bitch. Y'all gonna go do some rack of free shit. And now, granted, no shade. He took me on dates. I ain't have to pay for anything. He didn't have to pay for anything either. But I didn't have to pay for anything. So, if I'm asking for a date, I ain't got really nothing to do, especially back then. I don't got nothing to do with how you provide the date. Long as you take me on the date, I don't give a fuck how you provide the date. So if you get the date for both of us for free, okay, I'm not worried. At 22, 23. Now, me at this age, I kind of look for a reason to let your ass go. So when I was single, I'm going to look for a reason to let you go. So this is some weird ass energy. Why you keep getting free shit as a grown ass man? That's alright. I ain't fucking with it. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could be totally legit, and it could be totally on the up and up. Which I don't feel right. You a grown ass man. You can't have these many favors. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird. So we went back to Mr. fucking B's, y'all. We go back to Mr. B's. Same hostess is at the front desk. at the little booth or whatever. She like, hey, y'all, hey. Oh, I see y'all still hanging in there. I was like, yeah, we still hanging in there, chill. And she was like, y'all gonna stay here? Y'all gonna order takeout? We was like, nah, we gonna sit in and we gonna eat. So she was like, all right. So she looks at him again and say, did you talk to Mr. B? That's how she said it, though. She was like, did you talk to Mr. B? The first time she was just like, oh, did Mr. B know y'all here? Yada, yada, yada. This time she said, like, okay, nigga. She was like, did you talk to Mr. B? So he was like, no, I talked to him yesterday, but I ain't talked to him today. She was like, oh, so he don't know you coming? And he was like, nah, I ain't talked to him today. So she was like, okay. Like, the bitch did, listen, she did try to kind of, I don't know what she tried to do. Try to, like, maybe forewarn him or some shit. I don't know. But her tone of voice, he was supposed to pick up on what she was putting down. And he was not. Or he was trying to show off for me and try to make me be unsuspecting. I don't know. Either or. She see us, we order a drink, and we get the, talking or whatever. So about maybe 20 minutes into us being there, Mr. B comes out from the back. So he said, all I hear is, oh, no, nigga. I said, wait a minute. So I turned around, I was like, oh, hey, Mr. B, you remember me? So he was like, oh, hey, darling, how you doing? And that nigga that you sitting with, I know he ain't sitting up in here. I said, oh, Lucky. Mr. B talking to you, Lucky. Mr. B said you ain't supposed to be in here, Lucky. So I can be in here, but you can't be in here, Lucky. So you didn't talk to Mr. B. So soon as he said, I know that nigga's not sitting, that nigga that's right there, I know he ain't sitting next to you. He jumps up and says, Mr. B, why you tripping, man? Come on back in. So I hear Mr. B say, I told you don't come back in here till you got my money. What money, Mr. B? Bitch, come back to the table and tell both of us, Mr. B. I know this ain't my business, but tell me too, Mr. B. What's all going on? Now, again, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I don't care about this man's finances. Like I said, when he take me somewhere, I ain't got the pace. He figured some shit out, so Okay. I don't got really nothing to do with that. Whatever he do outside of, I don't care. So him and Mr. B again standing in the hallway by the back door. I mean by the side door. And again, all I see is it's like Mr. B wasn't doing that. Mr. B was just giving it up though. Mr. B was giving job. You know how the bitch used to tell you at school, 3 o'clock, bitch, I'm gonna punch you. Mr. B was giving him all of that energy, bitch. So he was like, I got you, Mr. B, I got you. I'm gonna have your money Friday. You know, we already at Saturday, so Mr. B, you gotta make a whole nother week for your money, Mr. B. But you gotta go wrong. Okay, Mr. B. We get back, sit back down. He was like, you ready to go? So I was like, huh? We ain't eat yet. We ain't drink yet. This my first drink. What you mean? He was like, you know, Mr. B saying this ain't the right time to be. I was like, he ain't said it to me. So I was like, oh, but I ain't say that though. I just was thinking in my mind, he ain't say that shit to me. He was saying you couldn't stay. Bitch, I'm good with Mr. B. So he was like, plus I want to take you over my uncle's house. So I was like, okay. So the drink, I was like, well, what about the drink? He was like, oh yeah, the drink. Just get the drink for me and then I'll give you the money back. So I was like, okay. So I pay for the drink, we leave. So I was like, well, okay, but we your uncle, like, we going over your uncle's house? Who's your uncle? Like, what's all going on? He was like, oh, my uncle real cool. He always have a house party. He always have a house full of people. It always turned into a party. So basically, his uncle got one of them type of houses where, you know how your grandmother house, everybody always end up over there. Your cousins, your uncles, your aunt, everybody always ends up over grandma. His uncle was that type. Everybody always just ended up over his house and it turned into a party. So that's what, especially on the weekends. So that's where we was going. So we pull up to his uncle's house. So when when the door is open, I immediately sense something ain't right in this motherfucking house. This house ain't giving family. It's giving, I'm gonna get there. Uncle answers the door. Hey nephew, how you doing? This, where you been? Who's this with you? Oh, who's this pretty girl? And yada, yada, yada. You know how the old niggas do. He wasn't that much older though. He was, okay, so if I was 22, 23, he was 28. The uncle had to be like 38. You know what I'm saying? But you know when you in your 20s, 38 is old as fuck. So he was like, hey uncle, how you doing? This my friend Tone. You know, no, he was like, he didn't say my girl. He was like, this my baby Tone, or I forgot what, something like that. A pet name, Tone, you know, because I was looking like, what the fuck? So he was like, hey, you know, who over here? He was like, your brother in there, and his girlfriend, and, you know, the kids in there, and, you know, his wife, the uncle's wife was there. Should we get the uncle a name? No, we just gonna say the uncle. The uncle and his girlfriend gonna be the aunt. Let's name the brother Lucky and Ludacris. So let's name the brother Ludacris. Okay, so Lucky and Ludacris, they brothers. Alright. So he like your brother in there, his girlfriend in there, you know, the kids in there, all of that, yada yada yada. Come on in. So I come in and I'm walking in and I just sense like, first, I look to the right, the closet door broke, rack of shit in the closet, you know. Okay. So then I keep walking a little bit, it's a hole in the wall. I'm like, where the fuck you got me at? Walk a little bit more, the door is split, the bathroom, powder room door. This is all before you even hit the kitchen. The powder room door is split in half. Okay, you know how the door is thick. The outer panel of the outside of the door is split in half. The whole door is not split in half. Just the outer panel of the door is split in half. Like somebody kicked that bitch or something. Where the fuck you got me at? But again, I don't give a fuck. I'm out the house, and Bae think I'm somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck, bitch. What else is in here? What else going on up in here? Cause bitch, I'm in here. I ain't going home. Not as long as he thinking I'm doing something. Bitch, I'm so toxic. Anyway, not now though. I was toxic as fuck. I was toxic up until 5 years ago. Bitch, let me stop playing. So yeah. So we get to the kitchen and everybody in the kitchen, they like, oh, hey, how you doing? Now, when I see his brother, Ludacris, I was like, oh, hey, Ludacris. He was like, yeah, I know you, you the sister. And I was like, yeah, I'm the sister or whatever. He was like, yeah, I done see you a couple of times. I don't really know you like that. I was like, yeah, we don't know each other. Nigga, I know we don't know each other. So he was like, how you been in this, and this? So he was like, yeah, we just came from Mr. B spot and this, and this. So Ludacris off the break was like, how you get to Mr. B spot? So I was like, okay, so even he know what's going on with Mr. B in the moolah and all that. Look at him like, what the fuck? So he was like, nah, he cut him off immediately and was like, I talked to him earlier today. Nah, everything cool. So we all drinking, the music started, we start drinking, it's a vibe. Now we partying. So I'm starting to kind of loosen up. I ain't worried about the motherfucking, splitting the door no more. I ain't worried about the closet being fucked up. I'm coming through the kitchen like yay with my drink and shit. You know, it's a party. I'm having a good time. Everybody partying and all of that. And you know, when the drinks get to coming out, the things start getting revealed and stuff start happening. So first and foremost, I will never forget Jagged Edge. I never want to think about you leaving my... Don't you ever go nowhere. You make me warm. You make me... Y'all know Jagged Edge. Okay, so Jagged Edge, that song was on. And he started singing. Lucky started singing. And Lucky can sing. Lucky was hitting the notes, y'all. He was hitting the notes. So I'm like, okay, nigga, I didn't know you could sing. Okay, you even more vibe now. So he was like, so his brother bust out and say, go ahead, your ugly ass always. Come on, don't call my new man ugly. Don't call my new man ugly. That bitch was like, I know your ugly ass always could sing. Come on now. Don't call my man ugly. Don't call my new man ugly. Like, why would you? Now I'm embarrassed. So we were still in the living room. I mean, we're still in the kitchen. Me, Ludacris' girlfriend, the uncle, and his girlfriend, the aunt. We was all in the kitchen. So I don't know where the kids went. They went to sleep or some shit because they wasn't here by now. So from the kitchen, there was a little window, not a window, but you know how you got that hole in the wall? It's like a little breakfast nook type thing. And then it was the dining room, and then it was the patio. So if you look through that little window thing, you could see through to the patio. So I looked out there, I saw they was out there, him, the brother, and it was two other dudes that was there too. They don't need no names, they wasn't even relevant. They didn't even stay long. But they went out there to hit the J or whatever. So all four of them was out there hitting the J. We all talking or whatever. So you know how you periodically just glance to see what's going on? Because I don't really know these people like that. So I'm just glancing to see what he had or whatever. So he outside on the patio. So we get to talking again. I glance again. He out on the patio. So I get to glance again and talking on there. He's not on the patio. He didn't come in here. Where he at? Talking again. I look out there again. He's not on the patio. He ain't come through here. Where the fuck is he at? So then, by the third time I got up and went out to the patio, was like, hey, y'all seen Lucky yet? Because I'm about to head on out and, go home or whatever. So he was like, so Ludacris was like, yeah, that nigga somewhere else. What you mean? What you mean? You can't just say that and just act like you ain't say that. What you mean? So he was like, yeah, he's somewhere else. So he ain't say nothing. I was like, okay. So I go back to the kitchen. I was like, well, just let him know I'm about to go. If if you see him or whatever, I'm gonna wait. I'll wait around a little bit to see wherever he at, where he come from, and or if he don't come back, I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll just call him later. So he was like, okay. So I go back and sit in the kitchen for about another 10 minutes, and about another 10 minutes, he come from the patio, walking like dead the motherfucking wino. Like he get, what's up, baby? You leaving? Where you about to? Sir, why are you acting like this? What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? Okay, so he was acting weird. He was being fidgety. His eyes was bulging out. That motherfucker was chewing on the side of his jaw. That type of crackhead shit. I was just letting you know that I told your brother to tell you that I was about to leave. I'll talk to you later, whatever. So he was like, what you mean you about to leave? We staying here tonight. And I was like, who's staying here tonight? So he was like, we staying here tonight. I was like, I'm going home. I ain't staying in this bitch. Because mind you, again, me and Bay live together. He do what he want. I do what I want. But I still ain't ready for the fight of you spent the night out. Even though, actually, I was like, nah. We lived together, but we was really broken up for real. Like, seriously. He probably wasn't even coming home. We was broken up for real. We just happened to live together. We were still young. We just happened to still live together. So I was like, I'm going home. So he was like, well, can you at least think about it? The next time you come over. I was like, yeah, I'll think about it. So I left. We on the phone. The next day he called me. He back to normal. So I was like, yeah, what was going on? I was like, I don't know what you had to drink. I said, you came off that patio. You was acting way different. He was like, what? I wasn't. Oh, they gave me some shots out there. I don't really drink. He was a lightweight when it came to drinking, but not to the point where you a whole nother person when you take some liquor. So I thought, but I don't know him like that. So I'm like, okay, that must be how you act off the liquor. So I was like, but what was you at though? He was like, I was on the patio. I was like, no, you wasn't. You was off the patio for a long time. So he was like, oh, you know what it was? It's probably when I went to the store real quick. I had ran to the store. Bitch, you don't have no car. How you run to the store? In what? In what? Oh, nah, one of the dudes that, boy, bye. I couldn't prove that one of the two niggas didn't have a car, so I just had to let it go. But he said one of the two dudes, remember I told you they was on their way out, so they took him to the store. I mean, it sounded believable, so I was like, okay. So, but come to find out, them two, we'll get there. A few more weeks pass. Friday comes again. He like, oh, don't forget, you supposed to be staying with me tonight. So he kept asking me the whole week. He was like, you gonna stay with me? You gonna stay with me? You gonna stay with me? I'm like, yeah. He was like, okay, cool. So he got sized. He was like, yeah, she probably gonna stay or whatever. I was like, boy, please. You don't give a fuck about staying. So he was like, nah, for real, I do want you to stay. I was like, okay, I'll stay. So we go. I said, where we staying at? So he was like, we gonna stay at my uncle's house. I was like, why? We can't go to, like, I've never seen where you live at. Why we can't stay at your house? He was like, I mean, I be staying like between my uncle's house and my cousin's house when she, whenever she'll let me stay there. Okay, so you homeless. Cause that's what that's been. That equals 1 + 1, baby. That equals homeless. What you talking about? My dumb ass. By this time I'm like 2 months into this dumb shit. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ride it through. You homeless, all right. So he was like, I said, so where we gonna stay at? So he was like, we gonna stay on my uncle's house. So I was like, all right. So I get dressed, pack a little overnight bag, I'm like, maybe the upstairs is a little better than the downstairs, or maybe the living room is a little, because I only seen the front door, that closet, that broke door, and the kitchen, and the patio. I mean, I've looked through the dining room and the living room, but I didn't go in those rooms. I stopped at the kitchen. So I was like, maybe the rest of the house is a little better than the front of the house. You seen the front. You being stupid, bitch. You've seen the front of the house. How you think it's going to get better as you move through the plate? Girl. So, I had high hopes for my man, though, y'all. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. I had high hopes for my man. It was going to get better. He was not going to have me in a trap, girl. So, I walked through there. I come with my overnight bag, and I'm giving like the... I'll sit right here. On this little... I'm going to just sit on this little square right here. Yeah. I'm going to sit on my jacket, okay? Because it got worse, y'all. It got the fuck worse. The more you move through that house, it got motherfucking worse. Okay, so I said I had to use the bathroom. I put my bag down in the living room. I say, hey, I got to use the restroom. He say, okay, cool. So I start going up the steps. It was like a little one-step action. It was a sunken living room, so it's a little one-step action. Then you go to the dining room, and then it's the bathroom. So by the time I get to the bathroom, I got my hand on the doorknob, and he was like, oh, the uncle comes out and says, oh, wait, no. But by the time he said, oh, wait, no, I had opened the door, and all types of smells came out of that bathroom, y'all. The smells in that bathroom, Blue Plains. If you're from the DMV, Blue Plains is all I can say. It came out that motherfucking bathroom. So I was like, that's all I can. Real talk, I swear to God, that's what I said. That's all the fuck I could come up with. So he was like, I shut the door real fast, and he was like, yeah, I was trying to catch you and tell you don't use that bathroom. You got to use the one upstairs or even the one in the basement because that bathroom is broke. How long this bitch been broke? You don't get those smells from one day of breaking or 2 days of break. That bitch was broke for a while. He was like, I mean, the sink still worked. Sir, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. Child, I guess I'm going to use my 22-year-old bladder and hold it, I guess, because I'm not finna go in there. So he was like, oh, you could go in the basement or you could go upstairs. My dumb ass picked the basement. Why would you pick the basement? Why would you go further down into this motherfucking dungeon? The bathroom was working downstairs, but it had no walls. You know how you have an unfinished basement and it has just the wood beams with the pink installation? That was the bathroom. I mean, I used it, but that was the bathroom. At this point, I'm looking around like, what the fuck did I just agree to? Like, I don't want to do this no more. I changed my mind. I want to say psych. I'm not spending the night for real. Psych. I want to do that. I'm not staying in here. I'm sitting on the couch. I was like, and I told him that. So I told him, I came back upstairs and I was like, I'm gonna say psych on spending the night, bitch. I'm not, I can't stay up here. Psych, bitch. I can't stay here. I cannot stay here. Not even say cannot. I won't stay here. So he was like, just sit down. You know, and let's watch a movie or whatever. It's not that bad. What you mean it's not that bad? Yeah, it's not that bad to you. You homeless, bitch. What you mean? Of course it's not that bad to you. Your alternative is the sidewalk or out front. Of course it's not that bad to you. It's shelter. So I sat down on the couch. We turned on a DVD or Blu-ray. This was back in the day, y'all. I think it was a DVD. And we started watching something. Oh, Bad Boys. We started watching Bad Boys. Getting a little more comfortable. We talking or whatever. Things start happening. One thing leads to another on the couch. And I can actually with 100% unequivocally say that bitch knows what the fuck he's doing. I can also say that, ladies, hit the knee, bitch. It hits the knee. It's like not that big. I'm dragging it. But he was not running from a motherfucker. Let's just say that. So yeah, stay here a little bit. Okay, I'ma stay. What you mean? So bitch, you know I had to be something. You know I had to be a little piece of something. If bitch, I decided to. I got real comfortable. Bitch, I'm staying. I'm spending the night. I'm finna spend the night. I'm spending the night. So he was like, alright, okay, cool. So we watching TV or whatever. He like, alright, you ready to go to bed? I was like, yeah. We go upstairs. Y'all. I said, these people in here living foul in here. These people in here is being disrespectful, bitch. This should not be allowed. But I keep going up the stairs because I told you I had a fun time on the couch. So I'm going up the stairs. Bitch, I take this office carpet. I ain't taking my shoes off of this motherfucker. I'm sleeping in all my shit. I'm not cracking that bag open because I'm not taking none of this stuff off. Because I can only imagine what's going to happen when I get up the stairs. But I couldn't imagine what was going to happen when I got up the stairs because I wasn't even ready for the fucking robes. Now, when we get to the top of the stairs, remember that smell I told y'all that was going downstairs in the bathroom? That same smell, it was a smaller version of that smell, starts to come through the upstairs bathroom. The one upstairs or the one in the basement, yeah, the one upstairs was fucked up too. So, good thing I used the one in the basement with no walls. So, I'm like, what? I don't even know what to say. Like, why are you in here, dummy? That's just all. I was just cussing myself out going up these motherfucking stairs. You just being dumb for the dick, bitch. This is stupid. Why are you in here? This is inhabitable. So I go in the room. Now, when I walk into the room, it's a set of bunk beds. Ain't no sheet or mattress on the bunk beds. You can't see the floor in the bedroom. It's covered in clothes and toys and trash bags. And there was a dresser. You couldn't see the top of the dresser though. And there was a mirror. You couldn't really see in it from all the dust and dirt on the mirror, but it was in there. Then there was a little TV with the back, you know, the TV with the big back. It was like a 20-inch big back TV in the corner. And it was a mattress on the floor. Why you bring me in here? Like, cause what we about to sleep at? Like, bitch, what you mean? Why we in here? You giving me the home tour? Cause bitch, I know you don't think we sleeping in here. This bitch goes on the bottom bunk and lays down. It was one of those bunk beds that had the full size bed at the bottom and the twin bed at the top. He lays down on the bottom bunk. So I was like, okay, I guess we fucking doing this. You sure you don't want to turn back? Bitch, lay on down, I guess. I lay down. He was like, you ain't gonna take your stuff off? Nah, I'm good. I ain't gonna take shit off of here. I'm good. He was like, I know how I can make you take it off. So I was like, what you gonna do? What you mean? How you gonna make me take it off, boy? What you mean? Okay, make me take it off. So he made me take it off, y'all. He made me take that shit off. I'm not even fit a front. I took that shit off. And fall asleep. When I wake up, it's like 3 in the morning. I'm in the bed by myself. Where you at 3 in the morning? I'm like, okay, maybe in the bathroom or something. I doze off. I wake back up. It's like maybe an hour later. He's still not there. So now we at like 4 in the morning. He's still not there. So at that time, I get up and look out. I don't know why. Honestly speaking, I have no idea why. What made me get up and look out the window? And my fucking car is gone. My car, I get up and look out the window and my car is gone. I parked my car right in front of the house. I think I was the only one with the car in the house. The uncle didn't have a car. The aunt didn't have a car. The brother did have a car. So me and Ludacris was the only two with cars. Ludacris was in the drive-through. Ludacris was in the driveway, and I was parked on the side of the, in the front of the house on the street. So the room we were staying in, I could see my car. I look out the window, and my car is gone. My car is gone, y'all. Where the fuck my car at? So I was like, what the fuck? So I jump up, put my clothes on the shit, step over all that bullshit that's in that room, and I run down the stairs, and I was like, so the uncle wake up and was like, what's going on? What's going on? I was like, my car gone. So he was like, what? Your car gone? I was like, my car was right out front. My car is gone. It's not here. So where Lucky at? I was like, I don't know. He not here. I don't know where he went. I don't know if he's in his house anywhere. Maybe he in the bathroom or something. I don't know. So he was like, oh, Lucky probably took your car. So I was like, what you mean? Lucky didn't wake me up and ask me no permission to take my car. What the fuck you mean? What are you talking about? So he was like, yeah, Lucky probably took your car. He do that sometime. First of all, how he do that sometime when none of y'all got no car? But I don't know what he mean later. So I was like, oh nah, fuck that. What the fuck? Ain't no way. I didn't like, nah, I'm ready to go. I said, I'm gonna whoop Lucky's motherfucking ass in here because he took my car. That's my only way to get to work. That's my only way to get home. I don't know where the fuck you are in my vehicle. Why did you take my car? How did you get my shit? So that means you went through my purse and took my keys. What else did you take out my purse? And that's when I really said, let me see what else is missing out my shit. So I go upstairs. Nothing else is missing but my keys. My bag, it wasn't nothing in there but clothes, but it wasn't nothing missing out of there either. So I go back downstairs in the kitchen and I sit down at the kitchen table and wait for Lucky. Cause Lucky, you got me fucked up. How you take my car, bitch? How you take my 93 Corsica, bitch? That's me. He finally comes in. Y'all know what time that bitch came sauntering through there. I tell you this, it was light outside. It wasn't like 9, 10 o'clock in the day. It was like maybe 6:30, 6:15. Mind you, I got up at 3 something and I finally went down there and sat in the kitchen like 4 something. He came in around 6:15. I said, I ain't say you got me fucked up, but the equivalent, the 2005 version of you got me fucked up is what I said. I was like, I know you didn't take my motherfucking car. How did you take my car? How did you get my keys? You went through my shit. You had me go to sleep for you to go where? And where the fuck have you been in my car? What did you do? I laid his ass out. You got me all the way fucked up. That's my livelihood. Neither wasn't taking me to work, bitch. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to school. And you take my car? Absolutely not. So he was like, oh nah, chill. I had an emergency. I was like, fuck your emergency. You trying to tell me? Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Fuck your emergency. I don't give a fuck what you about to tell me. Because whatever you about to tell me, you could have woke me up and told me before you took my goddamn car. And then I would have gladly took you to your emergency. He was like, okay, so you gonna just hear me out? He was like, can you just hear me out? So I was like, what do you have to say? So he was like, my cousin got into an accident. He called me and there was nobody there to go get him. And I had to go get him before the police came and this and this. So I wasn't even thinking. I just went ahead and grabbed your keys and, I had to run out there and be for my cousin. So I was like, your cousin called you when he know you don't have a car? So he was like, I be getting cars, I be renting cars all the time. Bitch, I've been with you for 2 months and you've yet to rent a car. Or maybe because that my dumb ass had a car. I don't know. But I just was like, okay, whatever. So I was like, don't take my car no more. Definitely don't ever go through my purse again. And I don't care what the circumstances, fuck you and your cousin. Bitch, don't ever take my shit. I was like, that's all I have. If something happens to my car, my mother's not taking me to school, she's not taking me to work, don't take my car. So he was like, I get it, I understand, but for the record, if anything would have happened or whatever, I would have, got your car fixed. You would have, boo. I was like, okay. So, lies. So anyway, so I was like, all right, so that was over. I was like, well, I'm already up now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and go home or whatever. He was like, you still mad at me? I was like, yeah, Jai, but you know, I understand why you did it. I'm so dumb. I understand why you did it or whatever. So fast forwarding it to that, you know, everything is cool. We kicking it or whatever. I done stayed over the uncle house again and again. I told you I was the bomb, bitch. Had me staying in the whole motherfucking crack house and I was cool with it, bitch. You know it had to be something. And like 3 months into it. The whole whirlwind was less than 6 months. I know that. I do know that. My job for the whole 3 months, all we did was went over to uncle house, went to free shit. My mother ain't raised no fool, so I wasn't really paying for shit. Like, if he couldn't afford to, if he didn't have no hookups around town, or he couldn't afford to take me nowhere, I just didn't see him that day. No shade or whatever, but bitch, I'm not taking care of no grown man. I've always been like that, even as a kid. I'm not taking care of no grown ass man. Not saying that I've never given a nigga money or been dumb for a nigga's bitch. I've been dumb, but just not in financial ways. Thank God. My mother didn't play that shit. She instilled that when we was little. Like, you don't take care of no man. So much so that my first love, when we went for Christmas, it was Christmas time, y'all, in the first year that we was together, he bought me all this stuff. He bought me all this bomb stuff too. I didn't buy him nothing. Because my mother told me, you don't buy no man nothing. And she was like, I didn't mean your boyfriend of, you know, I meant just random people trying to take advantage of you. I was like, oh, well, bitch, I ain't know that. You said don't buy nobody nothing. So our first year together, I didn't buy him nothing for Christmas. And he bought me a rack of shit. These Saturdays, I go over there and I'm like, all right, what are you kicking? And we playing cards, this and this. And this woman walks in. And I'm going to say a woman because I was 22, 23. She had to be 30, 31. Now, that ain't old, but when you 20, 22, the bitch was a lady to me. So I was like, she had really long hair. That's the only thing I remember about her. She had really long hair. And she walks in. So when she walk in, everybody gets quiet. Why ain't nobody saying nothing? Who is it? So I'm just looking at her or whatever. I'm playing, but I'm still playing cards. And I'm just looking at her or whatever. So uncle was like, oh, what you doing here? So she was like, oh no, I just came through to see what was going on. How y'all doing? What's going on? Y'all playing cards? And we like, they like, yeah, we playing cards or whatever. But what's up? So she was like, nothing. Why y'all saying it like that? But everybody just looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing here? So I'm like, what's going on? Who is this? Like, why everybody looking at her like that? Why don't nobody want her over here? So she comes and sits down. So she was like, I got next. So I was like, so I'm just, continuing to play cards. I don't know who this person is. So she was like, so you're not going to speak? Talking to Lucky. So he was like, I spoke when you came through the door. When you were standing in the doorway, I spoke. So she was like, oh, okay. All right. So why haven't I heard from you today? So I looked over at him like, who the fuck is this? What's going on? So he was like, man, come on with that bullshit. He trying to give vague answers so it don't look like he fucked with this girl and I won't get wind of it. I was stupid, but I wasn't that damn stupid. The tone of her voice and what she's saying is she's only talking to you. This bae. Like, come on with that bullshit. I talked to you. I called you earlier, whatever. So I was like, oh, hey, I'm Tone. And you are? So she was like, I'm Rapunzel. Because the bitch had long ass hair. So she was like, I'm Rapunzel. So I was like, okay, well, hey, Rapunzel, what's up? Nice to meet you, whatever. You know how to play, tongue? And she was like, oh yeah, I know how to play. I was like, you gamble, whatever, or you just play for fun. Just making small talk with her. Because whenever she talked to me, she act like she had no static with me. So whenever she got to him, she got hostile. So I'm like, there's definitely a dynamic here. There's definitely some shit going on that I don't really know anything about. But he definitely fucked with her or used to fuck with her. Because the way everybody else was acting, it was like, and they kept asking her, what was she doing there? it was kind of like, it could have been a situation where he done with her, but she just keep on. You know how some of those situations where the bitch keep holding on, or the dude keep holding on, that he know he cool with the family, so he keep coming around, and you know this bitch don't fuck with you for real, but you keep coming around because you want to stay in the loop and shit. So it was given one of those situations, judging from how the family was acting, but how he was acting and how she was acting toward him was giving me vibes of they fuck with each other. Not used to, but currently. She would not take her eyes off this man. She just was like, yeah. She looking at him like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. Oh, so you ain't called? Okay, yeah, you ain't called back. Like he stone cold beefing, really looking at this man's eyes and all this. So he was like, man, I ain't got time for this shit. He get up and leave and go out on the patio. So, of course, I get up and go out there too. Because, bitch, I need to know who the fuck this is. I'm not going to get it or do all of that in front of her because I don't know this woman. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the dynamic is. I don't know. I need to get some more information before I decide whether to turn up, turn down, or get the fuck out of here. So I go on the patio with him, and I was like, you good? So he was like, yeah, man, she just be, always on the nigga back and all this. I'm like, yeah, who is that? So he's like, yeah, that's my baby mother. I don't fuck with her like that. And she, she always popping up over here and shit. So he basically kind of just confirmed what I was already thinking. Oh, it is what how the family treating her. She just be popping up trying to still belong. He don't fuck with her no more, but she keep trying to like hang around and shit. So she like, I said, yeah, I figured it was something like that. Dumb as fuck. Yeah, I figured it was something like that. And he was like, yeah, she always keep coming around or whatever. And I think, what I really think it is? I'm like, what? He was like, I really think somebody told her like that I fuck with you hard, and now she trying to come around because she know I got somebody that I really, really like, and I spend all my time with. I should have been like this, but instead I was like, for real. I know, right? Bitches can be jealous, you know what I'm saying? Because I know we be together all the time. That nigga was selling a dream, and he was selling a hell of a good one. So he was like, yeah, that's why I think she came over here, because I think she know we be together all the time, and you probably would be over here. So, she could finally see who she was, or who got my attention.